One of the best things you can do in any given situation, whether it's with stocks, whether with sports gambling, gamble responsibly, is hedging your bets. We're going to talk about how the New England Patriots just did that as well. We're going to talk about later on in this episode some awkward moments with the quarterbacks for the New England Patriots. And we're not talking about Joe Milton. We'll get into that as well. Madden 2025 rankings, they're interesting. Let's take a look at them. My name's Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots. We're going to be talking on a daily basis New England Patriots football. So before we even get started, do me a huge favor. Find that mouse, wherever it might be. Find that subscribe button. Click, click, click. Hit that subscribe. Actually, only hit it once because I don't click 3 clicks. You might unsubscribe. I don't know. But anyways, hit that subscribe button. I truly appreciate it. So, hedging your bet. One of the best things you can do in life. Crazy gambling story. A couple years ago at the Super Bowl, I don't know if you guys knew, a guy dropped like his life savings on a guy streaking on the field, and someone went streaking on the field, and guess who it was? That guy. Wild. Hedge your bets. Hedging your bet by, hey, I'm going to go do it so I know I make that money. I actually think he was brought to court and didn't get the money because it was him. Very awkward. Anyways, Aaron, get back on topic. I'll be on topic. Here we go. So, the New England Patriots hedging their bets with Kellen Deich. I believe I said that correctly. If I did not, comment below. Please correct me. But we've seen that the New England Patriots have been taking on some other offensive linemen. Now, Deich is a giant. 6'7". I'm 6'4". I'm looking up at that guy. Very tall. 300 pounds. So just the size to play offensive tackle. Now he's jumped around a lot in the NFL, from going to the Browns, the Dolphins. I believe he had a little stint with the Bears. All these different places, and he really hasn't stuck necessarily in a spot. It's just been jumping around here and there. But clearly, people see something in him where he can play. Now, when he was with the Cleveland Browns, we all know that we have some guys who came over from there. So we have Van Pelt, the offensive coordinator. We have Scott Peters. He was the assistant offensive line coach. So he saw something in him where it's like, hey, let's bring him in. Let's see what he can do, especially with this offensive line that we have talked about many times, a lot of question marks. But then again, in this training camp, we've seen some highs where, hey, we have some potential. We can put these pieces together. But it makes you wonder when they start bringing in other offensive linemen. As a fan, you have to question, is it going as well as we thought it was going to go? Or again, is it just the fact that they're hedging their bets? Hey, let's get this guy in, and get some competition when it comes to the depth at that position. And so I think that's what it's trending more towards, because Okorafor, he's going to be a starter. And Wenu, he's going to be a starter. Like these are obvious. Caden Wallace, again, I think he has a ton of potential, but again, it's possible that Deich, I've probably pronounced his name 3 different times, my fault. It's possible he came in to kind of give competition to him. Now, Layden Robinson, he actually played with at Texas A&M. I thought that was interesting, as well as a couple other guys. But I think that he's coming in, and it's one of those, hey, we think we have our line. I think they already know what they want. But then again, hey, we're bringing this guy in. We've seen injuries can happen, so let's hedge our bets with this guy. I don't think that's a bad move. Is he going to make the team? It's a possibility, but I also think it's you look at his track record of kind of jumping from team to team. Could he end up on the practice squad? That's a possibility. You just don't know. But I think I see it as the Patriots hedging their bet, looking at the offensive line, saying, I think we have what we want moving forward. What's our depth going to look like? Let's get some challenge. Let's get some competition in there for the depth at our offensive line. So I think it's a solid, hey, let's hedge our bet. Let's see. Obviously, Scott Peters and Van Pelt would not bring this guy in if they didn't think he has potential to make the roster and play competitively. He's still relatively young. He's about to turn 27 in August. So We'll see what he can do. Come on, Dice. We'll see. As well, another signing, A.J. Thomas, another just hedging of the bet. Hedging of the bets. So A.J. Thomas, very athletic player. And he as well was in the UFL, which if you remember, it was Josiah Bronson, the defensive tackle that was signed from the UFL. A.J. Thompson, though, was all UFL, which was huge, and then helped the Birmingham Stallions, Birmingham, Alabama, helped the Stallions to a championship in the UFL. And I believe Birmingham is a USFL team because it's USFL, XFL, something like that. I don't know. I didn't watch it a ton. But anyways, all UFL. So he's getting a nod from the Patriots. Mape, he kind of got sidelined apparently in training camp. So obviously he has great size. He has speed. And so what's going to be interesting to see is with A.J. Thomas bringing him in, again, is this just hedging the bet, making sure, hey, we have the depth that we need. And so I think when it comes down to it as well, his biggest, if he does make the team, his biggest impact would be on special teams. And again, we talk about how that receiving, that kickoff and kickoff return are different. So, hey, could he continue there? So it'll be interesting to see. But two players that are picked up, I think that we should definitely watch and see what happens with them as the weeks to come. Next, we talk about a little awkwardness in the quarterback room. So Bailey Zappi, he did not get any reps. I believe it's been the past couple days in training camp. And so it's just been very awkward for him. We've talked a ton when it comes to quarterback about Joe Milton, because he's been playing well. And I'm gonna reiterate one more time. And I tried to find this video on Twitter, but I couldn't find it. But it goes through a video. It's this guy on Barstool that goes through a video of stages of Joe Milton. So most of you are in that first stage of the honeymoon phase. And the honeymoon phase is essentially like, gosh, I am in love with this guy. Again, yes, he's a crazy athlete. He's very talented. And this guy is a Tennessee fan. Tennessee fans, if you don't know anything about college football, my brother-in-law is a Tennessee fan. They're incredibly biased, and they think their team is the best. They always say feeling like 98. That's the last time they won a national championship. So when they saw Joe Milton, they were like, yes, just give us the national championship trophy. We're going to win it. We're going to beat Bama by 50. It's going to be incredible. Did that happen? No, that didn't. That did not happen. But anyways, that's the stage we're in right now with Joe Milton, is that honeymoon phase. And then it's going to move on to that almost like confusion phase, and then like a regret phase. And so again, I know there's people out there that love his talent, and I'm cheering for him. I want the best for him. But again, there's a reason he was picked in the 6th round. Now, do I think he's better than Bailey Zappi and has a higher ceiling? 100%. And so I think that Bailey Zappi, his days are dwindling. I think they're coming down to the wire. I think it's a possibility he finds a new team to go with at some point, but it won't be the New England Patriots. So, and last but not least for today, I just thought this was interesting. The full Madden 2025 rankings. You have Judon, he's at 88. I thought that's pretty realistic. You look at it's all defensive players all the way down to Stevenson, which is solid. You even have Christian Gonzalez, who didn't even play much last year, at 80, that's pretty high praise for someone coming into their second year. Hunter Henry at 80, Kendrick Bourne 80, Barmore. I think that's actually pretty low for him. That's kind of frustrating. Juju Smith, someone who's possibly not even going to make our team or get traded, at 77. And so you're just kind of looking down. Drake May, this was interesting. He's at a 74, and then down here at 69, is Jacoby Brissett. And so just interesting. Granted, again, just because you're a Madden scorer doesn't mean this is the end all, say all, this is what everything's going to be like. There are so many players they got to go through and rank. So 53 plus times 32, and that's what Madden's doing. So, a lot of times I think it's just kind of like, I don't know, It can be arbitrary at times. But then you go all the way down 26. Yikes. Joe Milton, 62. And I think they had Bailey Zappi at 64. Interesting. Don't look into that, though, because, again, it's just numbers. It's just scores. And these things fluctuate. I just think it's fun to look at. That being said, this is Sports Talk Patriots. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Gosh, I didn't even ask you to comment. Comment below what you think about the ads, the Deitch and Thomas ads. Do you think those are going to be important? Do you think it's us hedging our bets? What do you think? Do you think they actually have a legitimate chance of playing a lot? Again, I don't think so, but I don't know. People have changed my minds in the comments. I will say that. People have changed my minds. I've seen different viewpoints. You got to be open to different viewpoints, you know? And so doesn't mean I'm going to agree with them all, because that's not going to be the case, but it gives you different perspectives. So that being said, this is Sports Talk Patriots. Again, take that mouse, click, hit that subscribe button. Only once, though, not 4 times. And subscribe. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.